Here's me just chewing away on a chocolate. Hello friends, welcome back. It's time for another episode of BigDenoPlays. Tonight we're playing Grimcoven. What a cool game. I was playing it last night. I was just getting excited. I forgot how much I enjoy the game. Really, really good game. Yeah, so tonight we're playing Grimcoven. We're definitely going to set up a Euro or something later in the week. Possibly White Castle. I'd like to play some more White Castle. It's a cool game. But yeah, tonight, Grimcoven. Tomorrow might be a 4-player game of Voidfall, maybe. We'll see. It won't be on stream, the 4-player game of Voidfall, but it will be playing. I will be playing it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do a vote and see what games people would like to see, because it's been a while. I nearly pulled down Euthia actually on the weekend, but I'm glad I pulled down Grimcoven. But I would like to play Euthia. I've got 3 new characters to try from that new expansion. So I've noticed this interesting phenomenon, right? So when I play games solo, generally what I do is either just spam the crap out of something until I've had enough of it, or I just jump from game to game to game. There never seems to be a middle ground. And nice to play just a couple of games or something, then move on to something else. But I just don't seem to be able to do that. Usually I'm just fully obsessed on something and I just play the heck out of it. So yeah, it doesn't look like Europa Universalis is going to make the gameplay thing. It's sitting right here and it has not had... Yeah, actually Frostpunk's another one I should really play. So I'm going to put up a poll. Frostpunk, Euthia, Hoplomachus, because I feel like something quite meaty. None of those are Euros, actually. I suppose Frostpunk is. And then Tapestry. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do Tapestry because I haven't had... So that'll be my thing. I don't want to start a big campaign game right now because very soon the Screaming God will be arriving on my shores, and that will be an opportunity for me to paint and play through a campaign with Screaming God and Parasite Queen. Very excited. Hasn't arrived yet, haven't received shipping yet, so we're still a few weeks away, so I'm just making up the time in between. There's also a solo game of the month that I've got, a print and play that I've got to make for, hey, and parting. It was called Witch Hunter, so it was actually a month ago that was on the thing, so they'll open the late pledge soon. But yeah, the timing of that was not great. I was overseas at the time, so I couldn't do my normal print and play for the campaign. But hopefully, yeah, doing a playthrough, a couple of playthroughs of that will be fun. So that might be a weekend job. Yeah, and then I did a Necromunda painting video yesterday, and so I think Koki and I might try and do a Necromunda campaign. Maybe we'll try and, because I've got quite a few cool camera angles I could do now, and I reckon he's got some cool terrain, so I think we could probably do a pretty cool Necromunda style campaign with so we'll see. I'm just working on that at the moment in the background. It'll be a cool 2-player thing. Haven't done that in a while, but that'd be fun. Okay, so I'm playing 2 characters tonight. I said I was going to play the Keeper and the Twins, but I realised that the Clockwork Giant is actually one of my least played characters. If we go and have a look at my app, BG Stats, where I track all my plays, here it is. So, and we look at Grimcoven, which is here. No, we want insights for all time. Yeah, so I've had 15 plays of Grimcoven. Hey, Zoe. Yeah, so I've played the Clockwork Golem twice. Technomancer 4, Gunslinger 3, Mannequin 4, Keeper 2, Death Jester 3, Duality 6. So, and I haven't actually got the twins on here at all, but I have played them once. I'm sure I did a playthrough on the channel of them actually, so maybe I'm missing a bit of data there, because I feel like the Clockwork Golem's my least played character. Fun. I got good win rates in this game, which leads me to think I should be playing it on a higher difficulty. It is modular. You can modulate the difficulty, which is cool, but as I'm just sort of getting back into it after not playing for a little while, I think it's nice to just lowball myself slightly, just slightly. So yeah, the Clockwork Giant, the Clockwork Golem, he has some cool stuff. So first thing is he has this gear. So this gear determines his movement, and it also determines an ability he gets at the start of the turn. And at the refresh step, you switch gears. Every refresh step, you switch gears. You can get evolutions that allow you to switch gears more frequently, which is cool. You choose a gear to start on, which determines your starting dice, and then the weapons selected as normally. But with this guy, he's actually got a slightly unique thing happening at the moment, which is that he can't heal. So he's got 15 health. If he dies, he gets to 0, and then he re-heals everything back up to 15, and then if he dies again, that's it. Can't heal, dead. So quite bad. So you can't really afford for him to get damaged, so you really want to focus quite heavily defensively. One of the reasons I chose this purple one, 2 purples on the armor, is just so I can clear off tokens, because the tokens tend to be what kill you, the burn tokens and so forth. So he's done. The twins, so there's 2 models that move around the board. They're very interesting to play. They are the opposite. They are the weakest character that you can play with 9 health. But they do have quite a lot of flexibility. They're also the fastest with movement 3. Pretty interesting. Cool. So let's have a look at the board. So we're playing the Tormentor. Here's the Tormentor. Again, I wish I had a camera angle that wasn't my top-down angle, because you could see the board. It just looks sick. Having everything painted for this game is so satisfying. It looks awesome. It's possibly the best looking game that I have in my collection, fully painted. My Kingdom Death models are better painted, but this just has a real visual presence because of the dynamic nature of the board. Hey ZWEX, Kingdom Death, it's always the same. It's got little terrain tokens, and the models look great. The paint jobs I've done on them are better than any other, but this just has a real presence on the table. 3D terrain as well, you know, we've got an Abyss Forge, these little piles of skulls, and then these portals, you know, so it has a real presence, which is nice. Probably the only game that I've got in my collection that is better, or has a better physical presence, would be Rising Sun. I've painted all the monsters in that, and it looks awesome. It's a very colourful looking game too, so. It's called BG Stats. Here, I'll show you. I'll zoom in on it a little bit because it's great. I get asked about this all the time. Yeah, so it's called BG Stats. And it syncs up with your Board Game Geek account. And anytime you log a play on the app, it'll automatically sync it to BGG. And you can get statistics and insights, which I find quite fascinating. So let's just look at my 2026 stats, for example. I've had 150 plays, 5 different locations, 10 players that I've played with. 6 games were played at least 6 times. I've played 42 different games, which is pretty cool. So my most played game this year was Speakeasy with 13, Deckers with 12. Oathsworn's actually 25. I didn't fill in all the games for the campaign, but sweet. Voidfaller played 8, Invention 7, Origin Story 6, and so on and so forth. And then you can see how many players it had, and yeah, and so there's cool stats. And then at the end of a month, you can actually get a little picture that shows you what your stats were for the month or for the year. which is cool, with little pictures, which is fun. Yeah, and then if you want to look at like individual plays, so that was yesterday's play. We played Wingspan on Thursday night last week, so you can go and look, and you can actually get stats. We've had 4 plays of this particular game of Wingspan with a 5-player group. I've won 1, Koki's won 2, Freezy's won 1. My average is 82, Koki's average is 92. What a dickhead. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, you can check Marvel Champions. I've got a win rate of 61% on Marvel Champions. And yeah, so you can, and it's also really good for games like Twilight Imperium. This is for all time. You can actually get Tapestry. I played 39 plays of Tapestry. That's great. This is really interesting for when you play with like asymmetric factions. You can sort by the player and how well they've done. You can sort by the factions, like the roles that you assign. So you can see win rates of the different factions that we've played with in this. But then you can also break it down even further, and you can break it down into the person who's played it and their win rate with individual factions. So I've had a 100% win rate with Clan of Saar and 0% win rate with the Mentak, even though they're my favourite faction. You can get averages on the points that you scored with them. Like, it's a sick app. I love it. I love data. I love just having the numbers to look at, and I find that really interesting. I don't know if everyone finds it interesting, but I dig it. I dig it. Okay, so the board, I've set that all up. The thing told us to use a murderer. It told me to use a convicted one, not a undead, but I'm not changing the models. Here's the event deck. We've got the 3 Tormentor cards and 5 of the other event cards. Yeah, twins. We're going to play the twins. They're my least favourite. These are my 2 least played characters, Twins and Clockwork Golem. We're playing the little Plague Doctor model. He's called a Bloodsucker in this one. I think we've actually played him before, but he's really cool. And then the Tormentor. So he's all about torture devices. He's got torture devices set all over the board, and they are quite punishing, I'm sure. Okay. So yeah, twins moving around and poison. It depends on which way you go with them, but they can do some poison stuff, which is fun. And then yeah, the Clockwork Giant, Clockwork Golem, he is all about his gear mechanic. Okay, I think we're good to go. I just got to shuffle the corruption deck actually. So, all right. Oof, that's a good roll, I think. That's a good roll. Yeah, corruption deck. Sweet. You'll probably get to see some curses in this one because he also deals curses quite a lot. All right, so we've got a treasure token here, a treasure token here. The twins I've deployed here, and they've got 2 guys next to them. I'm going to try and kill both of those and pick up this lament, and then maybe try and take that treasure token. The golem, he's going to do a similar thing. He's going to kill this guy, take that lament, and then move over there to that location up the top there and try and kill that dude. That's my plan. So we shall see. Now, you always start with the person with the lowest health. So the twins are our first player. I might mark that with this. I forgot to mark it last. There's a little token, but I forget to use it. Okay, so what are we going to do with the ass in? Okay. So shield is nice for here. Sword is nice for here. Double magic is nice for here. That only leaves me 1 move, and I need 2 moves. So this really needs to be a movement thing. Okay. Is there a movement on that one? There's not. All right, interesting. Yeah, the app's great. It's a great app. But I've been tracking data for 4 years or 5 years. There was 1 year that I didn't track, and I don't know why. I regret it so much. I regret it so much. Yeah, you go back and you look at my stats. 2023, I just stopped tracking. It says I played 5 games. Not the case. 2024, 230. 2025 was a great year, 370. 2022, I played 187. 2021, only 97, but that was sort of when I started getting into solo, and then 208 games during COVID. What a surprise. Mage Knight, 57 plays. Get around it. Okay, think about it, Dano. What are we going to do? Okay, I think I have to do a movement action. So I'm going to use my magic here to run. Does this change how I approach this turn? Maybe it does, actually. All right, so I'm using that to move. So I'm movement 3. You move each of these models independently. So I'm going to go 1, 2 to here, and 3 to here. So we're actually going to grab this treasure with her, and the little shadow guy is there. So the treasures, that was just in that year. I'm up to like 75 now. All right, we'll take this one, and we get heal 4, gain a black dice, or gain a lament, and each hunter heals 2. I'll take a black dice. Thank you very much. Please be a movement one. No, okay. That's still not bad. Okay, so the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use that dagger that I just got. It says, teleport the assassin to the shadow space, or the shadow deals 1 damage in range 0. So the shadow is going to kill this guy for me. What a champion. I gain the lament, and that's great work from the shadow. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so that's them done. And okay, so I need to do another movement there, so I'm going to need to get a tactics token. Or do I use that over here? Maybe I use that for them. Yep, okay. So I'm going to give the assassin this little symbol, and then with the Clockwork Giant, oh, I need it for this. Yeah, I'll use this shield. No, I'm going to use this shield to move. So he's only movement 1 this turn because of his thing. So he'll move to here, and he picks up the lament, and he is next to that little guy. Perfect. What's that doing? Move to. The Griefman may go through torture devices as if they were portals. Nice. Each hunter in line of sight of a torture device resolves it. Tackle hunters in 0 to 2. 2 dice. The hunter is not in line of sight of any torture device. That is terrible. Okay, well, that's fine. So now with this, I'm going to use this movement to sprint. So I can sprint. Do I want to go to the Abyss Forge? No, I don't need to go to the... I don't need to get... That actually works better for me, I think. So I'll move 1, 2 to the Abyss Forge. And then this guy's going to go to here. We don't get this lament at this point in time. I do need to get that lament. I suppose I don't need to get 4. I'd like to get 4. What's not connected? So the Abyss Forge is discard a black dice and the Abyss Forge to gain a chosen item card of your hunter. So I can discard a black dice, and I would get a starting item card, which would be nice to have the options of multiple daggers, or do I want that this turn though? I think I want the lament more this turn. Yep, I want the Lament more, so I'm just going to go here with this guy, not the Abyss Forge just yet. We'll go the Abyss Forge next turn. So that was the sprint. Then I'm going to use this and this to deal 1 damage at range 0 to 1. You may discard 1 poison from this enemy. He doesn't have poison, so we kill him, we gain a Lament. I would like to really get 1 more Lament, but I don't think I can. Oh, I can still do that and be on the Abyss Forge. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm going to go back to the Abyss Forge plan because that attack is range 0 to 1. So that's all fine. I'm doing that. So that Lament, however, is still here because the Shadow can't pick up Lament. The Shadow is an idiot. Can't interact with terrain at all. Okay, this guy, my Clockwork Giant bro, so he's going to use his deal 1 damage in range 0. Done. And on a kill, he gets to move 2. So he'll kill that guy, gains him a Lament, and he'll then move 2 to here and gains him a Lament. So that was that one. And now you may take 1 damage, move any number of enemies in 0 to 1, 1 space toward you, deal 1 damage to each enemy. So that will get him the 4th Lament that he needs, which seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do it. So bang, bang. That'll kill that guy. There's no more enemies on the board. And we gained our 4th Lament on the Clockwork Giant. So he's all tapped out. He's done. This guy. So I want a tactic, but I'm going to take the Abyss Forge. I get to choose 1 weapon card and add it to my collection. So if the Shadow is Shadow Whip, Blade Whip, or Iron Claws. I can deal poison. I don't mind the idea of dealing some poison. Shadow deals 2, the Assassin deals 1, if the Shadow is 3+. Deal 1, the Shadow deals 1. Now I think we'll take this Shadow Whip, that sounds fun. I've got enough poison, I think. Cool, could work Abyss Forge. This one, I'm going to take a Tactics token. Does the Abyss Forge get discarded now? Yep. All gone. Alright, now I just need to check a rule while we're here. So the rule that I need to check is what the target is. I think they just target the closest. I forget their targeting priorities. Enemy attacks. Yeah. When an enemy moves, they move towards the closest hunter. If there is more than 1 closest hunter, move towards the hunter with the highest corruption. Perfect. So that unfortunately means we're going for her. Which is what it is. So the Tormentor's card says, actually we don't do him yet. We do an event card. I shuffled that. The event card says, Dimension Door. Each hunter may gain 1 stun to teleport to a chosen portal space. If you are fighting a Tormentor, each hunter teleports to a chosen torture device space, triggering its on-enter effect. Hunters may place a stun token to ignore this effect. I'm actually not too unhappy with that. So I'm going to enter him to here. Oh, hang on a second. Do I want to do that? I might put him here. So he's going to gain 2 burns, which is fine because we've got prepared for that. This chick, though, we don't really want her to get 2 burns. I don't really want her to get curses. I don't want her to be in range of him. Hunger. If there is a hunter in 0 to 3, move 3 towards the hunter with the most lament. Attack all hunters in 0 to 1 with 3 dice. Yeah, we don't want that either, so I think we're going to send her... Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, we'll go the curses. So, when you draw curses, they're fun. You deal yourself out a secret card 1. These are all curse cards. So we're going to randomly deal ourselves out a curse. And we have this curse until we clear our curses. And we have the curse of death. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, fine. So that is the Dimension Door effect done. So we now go on to the minions, but there aren't any minions, so they are not going to activate. The Bloodsucker, he is going to place 1 lament on this card. He's going to deal 3 hunger to each guy in line of sight and stuff, and then he's going to move 1. So we're just going to get him to move 1 to here, because he is still not going to be in line of sight, which means he hopefully won't do anything next turn either. Good. Bloodsucker. Yep. So he's done. So now this guy goes. Okay, Fateful Appearance. Move 2. The Griefbound may go through torture devices as if they were that. Yep, so he's just going to move straight over to him because they're now tied for distance apart and he has more laments. Attack all hunters in range 2 with 2 dice. That's double claw, that is 4 damage. So we go down to 11. Remember, we can't heal with him, so that's pretty bad. That is discarded. And that slides across, that slides across. Grim Entrance. We move to a special. Each hunter on a torture device resolves its on torture effect. Bad stuff. Bad stuff. And that's it. Oh yeah, and now we get 2 more curses. Oh, bad stuff, man. I probably would have preferred the burns here with this curse of death. Okay. So that's the end of the stage track, time track thing. So we're going to go on to this. Man, that was bad start. I bought Ionis Cryptborn to paint. So that's as far as I've gotten, but I did just buy Warhammer Quest Darkwater today to paint the models. So yeah, pretty excited. What do we got here? Craving. I don't have any hunger, so I can heal 2 or discard 2 status tokens. Glorious. I will discard 2 status tokens. That's nice for us. And this one is heal 2 or lose 1 corruption. That does not benefit us at all. What a shame, because we can't heal. All fine. So we can only level up once here, we will. Unless we are very, very unlikely, we are going to gain a dice, because now we've got enough actions, we just want to get dice. Poisoning Strike, Poisoning Strike. I'll take a dice, thank you very much. It'll be a green. Okay, so this one says, that's a nice roll, at the start of the refresh step, which is now, or the status effect step, if you have 1 to 2 curses, gain 2 burns. So that happens first. Now I get to decide what to do with my dice, and I'm going to use these dice here to discard these 2 burns. And so now those burns will trigger, and that's it. So, and then I'll cleanse those 2 curses using that. Here, we're going to level up twice. That's nice. So the first level up is Scrap Acquisition or Gear Up. Take 2 damage, deal 2 damage in 0 to 1. On a kill, resolve all, gain 4 armor, gain a tactic, restore. Yeah, that seems great, but I'll take a dice. Ooh, that is cool. It'll be a black dice. Done. And he's got a second level up as well. Junk Throw or Reel In. Deal 1 damage in 0 to 3 and line of sight. Deal 1 additional damage each space between you and the attacked enemy. You may teleport the attacked enemy to your space. That is pretty cool. Oh. Man. Okay, that's interesting. I think I'll take a dice, but that is an interesting one. I'm going to take a magic. Purple dice. Roll these. I need to roll a lot of magic symbols. Okay. So this is a crazy play, but I think I'm going to use all 4 of those to clear my burns, just because he does not have enough health to be mucking around. So he's going to have an inefficient turn. Or is he? Because he now rotates to gear 4. As a result of rotating to gear 4, he gets to move 2. So we probably want to take out the Plague Doctor. Hey, what? So he'll move 1, 2 to here. And then hopefully he can get over there to that Plague Doctor with a sprint and kill him. That'll be nice. Yeah, the Clockwork Giant's pretty fun. This gear token's really cool. He's actually very tactical. A lot of his evolutions are really interesting. He has a lot of self-damage ones to do big attacks, but because he can't heal, that play is very risky. So I don't generally like that play, but yeah. What are you going to do? So he's now first player in this one. Yeah, it's really fun. So I'll just slide through it. So we're on gear 4. We know that. So gear 1 is you get to deal a damage. So you want to be on an enemy in that time. And he's movement 1. Gear 2, you gain armor, but he's movement 0. So he just tanks up. When you do a sprint though, you get to move your movement +1. So he can still move. He sometimes has cards like this one on a kill, move 2. Then gear 3 is take a damage and choose to put a dice wherever you want. Movement 1, and then gear 4, which is where we are. So he's really, really cool. Koki played him quite a bit, and he did this really awesome deck where he had like heaps of tanking armor, and he was like building up scrap. It was cool. It was cool. Okay, how are we gonna work you, my man? Don't like many of these options. I think we're just going to sprint to the Plague Doctor. So 1, 2, 3. That'll allow us to take this treasure, and that treasure will be this one. And we get heal 4, very helpful. Gain a green dice. I will take a green dice. Excellent. We get a sprint. That's great. I love getting dice off treasure chests. Free dice is how the game is won. Okay, and now we are in a position to attack with none of these. So that is deal 1, deal 1. That's a sprint. There's just no enemies on the board to soak up cheap stuff. That's okay. It's a tag team effort. So let's use this here. Deal 1 damage in range 0. So we're going to deal 1 damage onto the Bloodsucker. Boom. Okay, so this guy we can move through the portals. So we can teleport over to this guy, which is a nice plan. So we need to sprint to do that. This guy's got his thing back. So if I sprint, I go to movement 4. And that's pretty good. So we'll do that. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just put the shadow on the Tormentor space because we can. And then deal, so if we do these two, deal 1 in range 0 to 1 and line of sight, and the shadow deals 1 as well. So we'll do 1 damage to the Bloodsucker, and then we'll deal 1 damage to one of these cards. So the focused is Resolve Special. I don't think we're going to need to worry about that. Each hunter in line of sight, we don't need to worry about that. Resolve Special again. Deal 4 to each hunter on a torture device. Okay, I'm fine with this one going off because I'm planning to stay in the fog. And the fog is blocks line of sight. So yeah, he's got a cage, he's got an electric chair, he's got a pillory, and he's got a boiling pot. It doesn't make a lot of a sense that the electric chair is in the forest, but there is a dungeon here, so maybe he's running a cable. So in that case, I'm going to try and take this card out. I'm not going to try and take out that card. That's next turn. Okay, so that was move and attack. Yes, I've just done 2. Okay, so, oh yeah, and I needed to cleanse those 2 curses. Curses, Deno. Okay, maybe. Yep, alright, I'll do this instead. So that is going to deal 2 damage to the Plague Doctor. And that's it. Yeah, okay. And then I will do nothing because I'm going to do that next turn. Okay, this guy. So I probably just want to do more damage if I can. However, this is not an effective selection of dice for me, really. Shield, deal 1 damage. Bang. Deal 1 damage. So this guy has... Wrong button. This guy has 6 health. So dealing 1 leaves him with 2 left. And I do have a thing that deals 2 damage, but it's not usable in this situation. So I think I'm just going to go for a tactics token. So I can re-roll some dice at some point. And then this one I'm probably just going to give to him. Yep, cool. He can use the double sword? Don't think so. So yeah, we're going to cleanse to clear these 2 curses. And that gets rid of the curse of death, which is good because the curse of death is the worst curse. And then yep, so we'll use this, which is deal 1 damage in range 0 to 1. Fine. That puts him at 5. We need to do 1 more damage to him. He's got 5 damage on him. We need to do 1 more because he's got 6 health. I really can't afford for him to survive, actually, so that's a problem. The assassin is not going to be able to get to that location. So I need to use a tactics token to try and re-roll that into something that he can use. Ooh. Single sword is no good. But we'll still assist him with that over here. So that's 2 swords. So I guess we use that as a tactics token, and again we try and re-roll this. I just need to get this movement symbol. That's my only play, which is a 1 in 6, I think. Yeah, 1 in 6, that's awful. Is that worth doing, or should I do something else? He's going to murder us, that guy. There's nothing else I can do. The shadow is a pest, all right? That is not what we needed. Ugh. Ugh. So he can't do anything either. So what does that let me do? Move? Suppose I can move me little guy away. That Blood Doctor is going to attack all hunters with 3 dice. Oh, what a guy. What a guy. Can't do anything about it. Have rolled poorly, have strategized poorly. Again, the curses and the stuff force me to use my dice to remove the status effects, which is what has hurt me. So yeah, okay, well that's fine. I'm actually still going to kill him in the refresh phase, which will be fine, but yeah, that's annoying. Okay, can't do anything about it. So we'll end our turn. This guy is going to do this event card, Hunger Call. Place 1 Lament in Lament Rift 1. Done. Each hunter without any hunger gains 2 hunger. All right, don't love that. Each hunter may gain 3 corruption to ignore this effect. We're gonna take some chomps out of each other probably, but if we get a hold of yourself, it'll be worthwhile because we will kill the Blood Hunter. No, he's still gonna do it. How badly do I want that? I've got extra dice, so I could just jump up, get me closer to corrupted. We'll do it this way, I think. I'm going to move to the next lock symbol instead of taking hunger on the twins. Which means I'm losing a level up, a potential level up. But I picked up this Shadow Whip, which in many ways is kind of like a level up, so I think that's okay. Okay, so Hunger Call, done. Again, none of them. This guy goes. So he's going to attack all hunters in range 0 to 3 with 3 dice. What a dickhead. That is dealing 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, 1, 2. I really needed to get some armor out that turn. Okay. Now we're going to do this card here. So, yeah. Well, he's actually a machine built on corruption. So I don't know if I showed you this, but there's one of the little expansions you get is called the Stories expansion, and they give you these little books, and it gives you a little story about who the characters are and how they became hunters, and it requires you to sort of do things to unlock special gear and special upgrades. So for some of them I've unlocked one of the items, and some of them I haven't. I haven't ever got one full through to the end. But yeah, so you learn a little bit about how the characters actually came to be, and he is actually fueled by Lament. So there you go. Resolve Special. I'm not in line of sight of any torture machines, so that does nothing. Then each hunter in line of sight moves 2 towards the closest torture device. That is a nothing. Resolve Special, done. So that card has done absolutely nothing to us, which is great. And I like that a lot. And then we're going to do this, which is going to spawn some little guys. So we're going to spawn 4 little guys. They spawn on 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's good because I think we're going to try and go buck wild on them now. Okay, cool. So now we move on to corruption. Okay, so this guy is going to do 2 damage to the twins because he's eating the twins. And then he clears that off. 1, 2. And then he's going to heal 2 or deal 1 damage in range 0. Now normally, I would deal the 1 damage. He's actually about to do the same anyway, so it's a bit annoying, but sure. We'll deal 1 damage and we're going to kill the Blood Doctor. So the Blood Doctor dies. We're going to get 4 Lament on the Clockwork Giant. And we're going to get 1 on the Twins. And then we're going to roll a dice and hope that we can roll that thing and completely remove him from the game. Instead, he's only gone for 2 turns. Still, better than nothing. And it's nice to do it in that phase because he's actually legitimately gone for 2 turns. Then she's going to heal 2. So you're going to go back up to 6. Done. Can't do anything with this 1 because that's happening right now. This guy, however, can do something with his 3. So he's going to level up. So what do we want for him? So we probably want to take a card now that does something. Reckless Strikes. Take 2 damage. I don't want to take damage. Oh my god, he's got Avalanche Strike. Look at this card. Move +1 in a straight line. Deal 2 damage to each enemy in the space as you move through. That's so cool. Okay, that's fun. I think we'll take that one. Because we've got a lot of dice right now. So yeah, we'll take that one. It's a powerful charge. Okay, that is a pus roll. And I don't even have a tactics token on standby. It's only movement 1, 2. What a guy. He's so annoying sometimes because he's just, you're like, I want you to be fast movement, dickhead. Okay, Twins can't level up. That's bad again. But there's some good stuff about to happen. So, Twins are first. All right, double daggers doesn't help. Doesn't help at all. But shields and swords is good. Double daggers does help with an avalanche strike. That's cool. Okay. This one doesn't help me, so I think what I'm going to do is hand this over to him. And then I'm going to use this to sprint. So the shadow deals 1 in range 0. That's nice. So how do I want to sprint here? Avalanche. Maybe instead this is such a weird character to be playing. Like you're thinking about 2 different places. This guy can deal damage. This guy can deal damage. You could teleport between the 2. So it's a complicated character to play. Fun though, very fun. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to use a shield dice to gain a 2 armor. We need to start getting some armor up. Fine. So that's her 2 actions. So over here, my guy, my Clockwork guy. So we want to sprint so we can get into position to use my charge thing. Yes. Perfect. Yep, great. So how do I position best to utilize that? So if I go 1, 2, I'm still only charging 1, 2 to there. So that doesn't help me. If I go 1, 2, I can charge that way, which still doesn't really help me. But the Wrecking Ball lets me move 2 or deal 1 damage. Yes, okay, that's what we need. Yes. So I do need another sprint. Okay. Well, oh, I can sprint with a shield. Cool, so I'll sprint twice. That's fun. So yeah, I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 1 to here. So I'm gonna gain that Lament, and that's him done. So he's used this to sprint and this to sprint. Now this guy is now going to use this sword to teleport to the assassin to the shadows space. Is that what we want to do? Or do we just want to sprint and get up there and cut some people up? Yeah, let's just get up there and cut some people up. Actually, I need 3 Lament. This is bad, man. This is so bad. Assassin deals 1. Deal 1 and 0 to 1. The shadow is in range 0. Okay, so instead of sprinting, what about we use this sword to teleport to the shadow space? So we're just going to go right to here. Perfect. And then I need double magic for this. That's the one I want to use. Why do I not have a sword? Okay, well, I'll do that next. So I can deal 1 in range 0. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to deal 1 in range 0. And if the shadow is in the same space, I additionally deal 2 poison. So we're going to do that. I just haven't played these too much. So I like the idea of both of these 2 characters. These are the 2 that came, these 2 came in an expansion box, which I got at the same time, so it's basically irrelevant. But yeah, they came in a little expansion box, and they're slightly more complex, I think, than the other ones. But yeah, I wanted to play him because I haven't played him much, and I wanted to play them because I shit talk them. I think they're the worst. Okay, so that's good. So I've dealt 2 poison and 1 damage to a boss card. Which boss card do we want to take out? Tormentor's Command. I can probably take out that starting card. I'm going to try that. Cool. Cool. Yeah. All right, so we're back over to this guy. So I'm going to give a little dagger dice over here, which is great. And then I'm going to use my avalanche. So we're going to run 1, 2. Sorry, we don't pick that one up. We only pick this one up. Bang. We're going to kill both of those guys, which is going to get me 2 Lament. So we've picked up 4 Lament. Again, this guy's on a rampage. And then he's right next to a pile of skulls, and we might use that. Yep, he's going to use this pile of skulls. So here's the pile of skulls. There's these are risk reward. So dealing 4 damage to all hunters and enemies is bad, but it does actually kill that boss card, which would be fun. So yeah, if I roll the 1 in 12, great. If I roll the explosion, that's the best outcome. I just get 2 Lament and no downside. The other one is I gain a Lament, but I take 2 damage. So we want to see the explosion. No. 2 damage, 1 Lament. The pile of skulls remains where it is. Ugh. Cool. So, oh, that was a 3rd action, so it doesn't matter. He's going to be fine. He's got lots of actions to do. Okay, so over here now we're going to do this one, which is that and that. And you can, so that's dealing 1 damage. You may discard a poison from this enemy to refresh a chosen action. We don't probably need to do that, do we? It's 1 damage to that boss card. No, we're going to do this one, which is dealing 2 damage. Yeah. So that's good. Good. Perfect. All right, done. Excellent. So, Shadow Whip. How many actions have I taken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 1 more. This shield will take a tactics token. Better than nothing. And then we're going to get the heck out of dodge. Great. So over here, first thing was the pile of skulls. The second thing we're going to do is use this here, which requires a shield and a movement card. Why have I got so many bad things here? All right, I need a tactics token. The zombie dragon is great. Yeah, I've played it twice actually. Yeah, I've played level 1 and 2 against it. It's good. It's really good. It's probably one of the more... It's got a couple of cards that are confusing, but it is fun to play. It is fun to play. Man, not having these tactics tokens is just busting my chops here. Alright, so we're going to use this for a tactics token, and I'm going to re-roll all 3 of these, which will be an action as well. No! Again. Again with the rubbish. Okay, well, I can't do what I need to do with that guy. So, pile of skulls is once per hunter phase, so that's not going to help. Alright, we're just going to run this guy. 1, 2, 3 into the fog and hide away. Yep, that's tragically bad. Oh, you know what I just realised? I'm actually supposed to be on gear 1 now, which isn't all that helpful, really. Did I have double daggers there? I feel like I had a shield. Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually just going to retract slightly here. I'm going to re-roll all 4 of these because I was supposed to shift gears. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that is better. Yeah. Okay, so we'll then move on to the space with the... Oh, that's got 2 burns. Do I want 2 burns? Okay, I can do that. I'll move on to the space with the guy. I'll take 2 burns. I'll use this to cleanse. The other guy's finished, by the way. And then I'll use this to deal 1 damage in range 0, and then I'll use this to deal 1 damage in range 0, and on a kill I get to move 2. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to move 1, 2 to here. So I actually kill the card, which is great. However, what's less great is I'm getting 3 lament, and the the other guy's getting 1 and having a real bad time. So that is going to be a opportunity teleport. Each hunter in 0 to 1 may discard 3 status tokens, refill the attack track. Doesn't help us. Doesn't help us at all. Double Tormentor's Command. Okay, well, it wasn't my favourite turn, but we'll see what happens with this. Look at how much lament I've got. That is tragic. Okay, yeah, awful turn actually. Event card, we have Lament, Rift, Tremors. Place a Lament in Rift 3. It's up the top here. Each hunter in 0 to 1 from a Lament Rift gains 3 curses or rolls a dice. That's both of them. So I will roll the dice, I think. So here. Here. Okay, so both taking 3 damage. Wonderful. I'll actually take 2 damage and discard that. If you're fighting the...
What device?
Don't worry, Alexa, that's fine. If you're fighting the Tormentor, hunters in 0 to 1 from any portal... No. Teleport to the farthest...
Something went wrong.
That's fine, Alexa. You're all good. Thank you.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Thank you, Alexa. Goodbye. This guy's going to move to here. And this guy is not. He's going to move 3. Stun. Oh. I haven't found one I dislike yet. I like them all. The bosses are great. They do feel very different. So there's a couple of the expansion bosses are sick. There's one that's got 3 different heads, and the Striga, she's really fun. All the characters are really fun. There's probably my only criticism of the game is that 1 or 2 of the characters are just too good. Specifically, the Death Jester. She actually breaks the game when you play her the way she's supposed to be played. She's just too good. So, yeah. Which is a shame. I'm flipping to Corrupted on the Giant. That is awesome. Yeah, I need help. I'm in trouble here. So I'm about to get attacked, the twins, by this guy. And that is 3 damage plus a stun. So I've got 4 damage and a stun right now. Taking me to 1 health. Okay. Fine. The Elite, he doesn't do anything. He just comes back. So we're going to do this Griefbound card. Let's have a look at this fun card. Move 3 to a space with line of sight to a hunter. Each hunter in line of sight resolves sprint towards the closest torture tile. Okay, so he'll go here. Teleport to there, and he's going to gain 2 hunger. And then attack each hunter. Each hunter on a teleport space teleports to the Griefbound space. He's going to teleport to there, which is going to pick him up a Lament, sure. And then attack each hunter in range with 3 dice. Man, roll some bad ones, guy. Seriously, roll some bad ones. No bad ones. Okay, so we die from that attack. And then that's it. So we're going to go up to 15 health, but that's it. We don't get any more second chances. This is it. This is it. So that card's done. Bad times. This is the other reason I don't like the Clockwork Golem. He feels harder because he dies, and then you're in trouble. So we're doing a stage card. The stage card we draw is More Anguish. Torture devices have an additional effect. On enter, deal 2 damage. What is this bullshit? Level 2. Alright, we need to get some stuff. The Clockwork Giant's about to go absolutely bunter though, because he's literally flipping to Corrupted while the twins are all the way down here. That's bad. Alright, we've got through the turn. Let's have a look at a Corruption. Down here. So heal 2. Boop. And lose 1 Corruption. Boop. Oh, sorry, he's actually 7. Okay, so 7, 15 is gain 2 hunger. For each hunger you gain, you may either move 1 or deal 1 in range 0. So I'm going to deal 4 damage to the Tormentor. That seems fine. And she's healing too. Cool. Fine. So 4 damage to that guy's a nice way to start the turn. Pop this leg, I guess. This guy is now leveling up and flipping to corrupted. Leveling up 3 times. Outstanding. Okay, flip to corrupted. You can now switch gears by using a dice, and you've got an extra spot for armor. After you flip, gain a 2 for each defense slot. I'll gain a 2 for each defense slot. We need to save some damage coming in. Yep, great. Level ups, 3 level ups. Let's go. First one, accelerated slam or power attack. Power attack is a great finisher, so we'll use that. Second level up, switch gear. Refresh 1 chosen action and restore 1 discarded die depending on the current gear. Gain a 2 for each defense slot you have. Yep, cleanse procedure seems fine. Need to get armor. Protector. So we can get another defense slot. That seems fine. When you discard, you may resolve both in any order. Yep. We'll do that. When we flip, we're going to put that there. So that's cool. Okay. He's looking a little bit tankier now. Oh, rolling like it. Busted though. Need some better dice. Actually, we've got 2 of those doubles. That's nice. Oh, cool. And this clown is just doing nothing. Can't win a trick with her. Okay. We've got the double shield that we'll give to him. That's fine. He's just going to have to carry us, I reckon. Just going to have to carry us. Sword, magic, sprint for power attack. Avalanche strike. Oh, we're switching gears, which is we're going to 2 armor. Hooray! So we've got a 4. And this goes to gear 2. What do we got on here? Oh, so that's great. Gain a thing and move 1. Oh my god, that is such a good ability. So we just need a shield for that. Oh, man. Okay. It's going well for him. It's not going well for the twins. Twins are in shit show. I mean, I guess we move up a level, sure. She should actually be 1 more level up. So she's going okay. All right, so he's first. So I just need her to do... I need 4 damage to kill that card. So 4 damage to kill that card. I will actually do that with that attack right now. What to do? All right, I'm definitely struggling here. So the Tormentor's standing here, and there's 2 minions here. I really need the girl to get some lament this turn. Probably I need her to get 4. there is not much on the board. So, yeah, that seems fine. I've got poison on the boss, but I haven't got a card that lets me trigger the poison to do damage. There is a card that lets you trigger the poison. So we need to get cycling through this deck. So that's just going to be a cleanse. It's going to be an assist. That's going to be the deal 1 damage in range 0 to 1. That's going to be that one. Okay. So she's going to be okay this turn, I think. It'd be really good if she could do the killing blow on the boss man. So how do I best approach this? I probably need less black dice over here and more greens and blues. Don't need a cleanse. What about if I use these two? Okay, that works a little better. Then I've got this. Yep, so I'm going to deal 1 damage in range 0. Great start. That's on the current card. Perfect. Then I'm going to do an avalanche strike, which is going to be 2 damage to that card, leaving him alive on 1 on that card, and he moves 1 space. He will move 1 space to here. Do I think I'll beat him? It'll be interesting. The Clockwork Giant dying is the real risk right now, but I've got a lot of armor, a lot of ways to gain armor, so that's good. And yeah, I've got some big damage swings actually. I've got some huge swings, so yeah, we might be okay. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Yeah, so that's his 2 actions. He's done that one and that one. Then I think I know what I'm doing with the rest of his stuff actually. It does, yeah, until you discard it, you keep it for as long as you want. So he's got 8 block sitting however he wants to use it, and the value of having it spread across 3 is you can use it piecemeal, so you don't have to use it all in one attack, which is very nice. Okay, so now we're going over here. So we're going to give the double shields to him, and yeah, I think we're going to do, yep, great, that's going to be sick. And then we're going to do a movement action, which will be using this sword. No, we're going to use that to cleanse the 2 stuns. Perfect. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now, wrong board, but we've got 1 wound left needed to do on that. So now I'm going to use this to move. He's movement 1. Oh, perfect. We'll use this one. Gain a 2 and move 1. That's even better. So that turns into a 4. That's even better. And we're moving on to the space with the Tormentor. And now we're going to use the big swing, this one here. Deal 2 damage for every 4 in range 0 and 1 for every 2. I've got 5 damage. So that's a 5 damage swing, which is going to go straight on this card here. That's nice. That's real nice. Real nice. So hopefully, yeah, he's all about the armor, and he's got a lot of evolutions that give him lots of slots, so he can level up. But this game is all about that tipping point, right? You go through the first few rounds and you're on the knife's edge, and if you can get to that point where you just hit that power curve, all of a sudden you start rushing and you start doing heaps of damage and you feel super powerful. It's really great to get to that point. It's really exciting. Okay, so I'm now going to do a sprint action, I think. No, we might just do a move action. A run. Because I need the shadow to move onto the Tormentor. So that's fine. And then... Yep. And then I'm going to do this. Magic Bolt and Sword, which does 1 damage to the Tormentor and 1 damage to that guy. So we're actually going to pick up, using this action here, we're going to pick up 1 Lament for killing that guy. And then we're going to pick up 2 Lament for killing the card. He's also going to pick up 2 Lament. We're going to kill that card, and then we're going to roll to see what happens to the next card. And let's see if we can roll a thing that says don't refill the attack track. No, we can't. It says each hunter in 0 to 1 may discard 3 status tokens. That's okay. We're going to get a second crack at this. Because this guy's now going to do a power attack. Bang, bang, bang. 5 damage. We're going to kill this card. He's getting 3, and she's getting 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And now we'll see if we can roll the thing again. Oh, explosion. That says each hunter may teleport to the closest portal or heal 2. Teleporting to the closest portal doesn't really help me. But I can't heal, so I might as well teleport to the closest portal. Okay. So that was good. We've killed 2 cards. We're refilling the attack track again, which is nice. The Reign of Anguish. Okay, so he's done, and he's also maxed out, which is great. He's got 4 hunger, which is less great. But you exhaust all of his dice. He is all done. Perfect. So now she's got 2 actions left. So I think she just wants to sprint and then kill that last little guy. Deal 1 in 0 to 1. We can't use that though. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to sprint. We're just going to move to here, and this guy will go 1, 2, 3. And then we'll use that to deal 1 damage and kill that guy. Getting me another Lament. That is 5, 6 Lament. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We're getting some level ups with her, so maybe we can start using our poison. So that's good. You're not supposed to do that yet, but that's fine. Okay, that was okay. I feel pretty solid. Let's see now if the big boy's going to get hurt. So an event card first. And it says, reinforcements. Place a Lament in Lament Rift 8. Okay. And then it says, if there are fewer minions on the map than hunters spawn that many minions. That sucks. That sucks. I don't really want to gain 3 curses though. What are they doing? They're going to murder us. They're doing 2 attack to us. Alright. Well, I can't do anything about that. Unless I want to take 3 curses, which I don't. Alright. 2 minions on the board. Dickheads. They go here and here. Neither of them? No, the twins are probably better at dealing with minions. They've got a lot of 1 damage attacks, so the minions just have 1 health. Sometimes they get shields though, which means you need to do 3 damage to kill them, or hit them twice. So the twins have a lot of 1 damage effects to begin with, and they can actually do it at multiple sites because they can be in 2 places at once. So they're probably better at dealing with minions. This guy's better at doing some big swings, but yeah, it's fine. This guy's going to attack the twins, and this guy's going to attack the dude. So on him, that's 2 damage and a stun, and on her, that's 2 damage and a stun. So we'll put the stun on our tactics card. And the 2 damage, we're down to 1 health. No worries. And the 2 damage, we'll discard that. The elite's coming back, and he's going to land here. What a guy. So now you're back from outer space. And now we're doing this card, the Reign of Anguish. This, I didn't even look at this because Each hunter in line of sight of a torture device, that's my guy. That's my friend. Perfect. All other hunters move 2 towards the closest torture device. All right, well, I'm definitely moving towards this one. 1, 2. Move 2, so he's going to move onto this space. That's going to push the minion out. And it's going to push the Blood Doctor out as well. Because you can only have 4 models in a zone. And this portal counts as 1. And then he's going to attack us, and then he's going to resolve special. Damn. Bad times. That's a nothing though, that's good. And that's deal 2 damage. So we're about to take 4 damage, so we'll use that block. And then we're taking 2 more burns. And this is the reason why this guy sucks against the Tormentor, because the burns are unblockable damage. So we need to sort that out real quick. But we didn't take any damage for the moment. So hopefully we can roll some purples and clear off those. That's it. So we're now going to do these things. So he was first. So that's Craving and Savage. So no hunger. You are 0 to... Ooh. Gain a Lament and 1 hunger. You may take 2 unblockable damage. This guy's going to move towards a Lament, which is nice for me. Yep, done. And then he is 15 to 20. Oh, gain 2 hunger. And secret card 3. All right, so the Clockwork Giant has just drawn secret card 3, which is the very... Oh, no, it wasn't that many. He's got 7. It's the very cool one that turns you into a bad guy. So, that's fun. So he will turn into the bad guy. Place this card next to your hunter board. Discard or add event cards in the deck until there are 2 event cards in the deck. After this scenario, this hunter is unlocked as a pretender. Ooh, cool. All right, but in good news, we now get to do level ups. Yeah, he's now been unlocked as a pretender. I already had unlocked him, so it doesn't really do anything. But yeah, there's now a scenario where I can play him as a bad guy. So he's the monster that you fight against. So each of the characters that you have in the game has the ability to turn into a pretender, which is they're on their way to becoming a grief-bound from the corrupting influence of the Lament. It's what happens when you flip to your corrupted side. It's bad for you. Okay, leveling up. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 level ups. Yes. All right, the twins might be becoming fully operational. So the first one. Poison detonation. Choose an enemy in 0 to 1. Very good. Oh, that's good too. No, we'll take poison detonation, I think. That's just some damage. We've got poison on him. Second one, Twins Cascade. lethal momentum. Yep. And then the third level up, I would love to have flipped, but I didn't flip. 3 quick stabs, deal 1 damage. If the shadow is at 3+, you may instead target the same enemy 3 times. I'll take a dice. I think we'll take a black dice. Stabs, yep. Yep, cool. Pretty good. But this roll's important. I need to roll some magics here. Refresh step. We're taking a damage. Give me some magics. We get to set a dice to a chosen side. Alright, 3 magics is alright. So I'll discard the 3 magics. I'll discard 2 magics to remove 2 burns and take 2 unblockable damage. Down to 12, but we don't have a lot of time left anyway because we are 2 events before end game. I need to kill 2 more cards. 2 more cards. Okay, so we want to use my power attack. We're on gear 3. We can deal 3 damage. And that's fine. We're on gear 3. That hunger is a problem. Oh, I didn't do his level ups. Yes. He's leveling up and he's discarding a hunger. First one, auto repair. Lament heart. Discard 4. I'll take a dice. I'll take a purple dice. Oh, that is glorious, Deno. That is glorious. And the second one, shedding strike. Once per hunter's phase, when you deal damage, you may choose to discard. Yep, we'll take shedding strike. That seems fun. Alright, we're at maximum firepower. So now I can set a dice to whatever side I want it to be. I need a double shield. Okay, I might keep 1 burn and put that there. So I'll set that to a double shield. So that's my cleanse procedure. That's my avalanche strike. That's my move 1, kill move 2. And I'm movement 1. I want to use that. Yep, so if I move to there, perfect. All right. Done. So here, first player. All right, I've only got 2 turns before this game is over because of the event card. There's only 2 event cards left because we've got the final perdition. This guy's alive, which is a problem, but I think we've got some options now. Where is the shadow? She's over there. Okay, so she's first. So I would like to do a sprint to get into position. So if I get into position there, yep, so we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then So this has only got 6 damage on this card. I might just move. The shadow is in 0. Additionally deal 2 poison. Shield and sword. Alright, I'm going to use this shield to move the shadow up to there. So we want to, yeah, I think we're going to do okay here. I think I might need 1 more dice for this guy, so I might be taking another burn. Because that was a double. So if I put, because I need to move 1 space. No, I don't. I did that. Okay. So which one do I do first? I'll do cleanse procedure. So that's going to get me a 4 and a 2. Yeah, alright. I'm just going to do my avalanche strike now. Yeah, okay, that changes slightly what I'm doing over there, but that's fine. Yep, avalanche strike. I'm running 1, 2, which bumps her out of that hex. She'll go to that hex there. It's going to deal 2 damage to each enemy that I move through. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we'll kill a minion, gains me a lament. We'll not kill that guy, but he takes 2 damage and he's got 8 now. So I don't really want him to be on the board. And then against the boss, I can discard armor tokens to deal additional damage. So if I discard all of these, that would be an additional 5 damage, which would do 7, which would kill that card. Seems okay? Sure, we'll do that. So we kill this card. Fateful Appearance, gone. 1 and 1, Lament. Let's see if we can roll the do not refill the track. We don't. We instead roll, we may teleport to the closest portal or heal 2. I'll heal 2 on her. He will not teleport to the closest portal because he's already on that space. Now the twins, they're doing okay, but they're about to hopefully do some good stuff now. So refill the track. All right, there are 3 cards in play. So if I kill 1 more card, we trigger the end of the round. So I don't want to do that until I can kill this guy because I don't want him to be in the mix. So now for the twins, I'm going to do a movement. So yeah, this guy's going to go to here. And we'll do this one, which is magic and sword, which is deal 1 damage, and the shadow deals 1 in range 0. So we're going to kill that minion, which gets us a lament. We're going to put 1 damage on him, so he's now at 3 of 8. So we need 5 to take him down. That's fine, I think. That's fine. So over here, we haven't got a lot left happening for him. He's going to deal 1 damage at range 0, which is just going to deal a damage on the boss card. We'll do it on the previous one. And then he's just going to do this, power attack. It's going to deal 3 damage and move 2. So the boss card has got 4 of 8. And he's going to move into the mist so he can't be seen, which is clever. Clever stuff from the great man. Okay, so I just need to... I've got my Poison Explosion, which is going to deal 2 damage. I just need to do 2 more damage at range 0 to 1. Okay, we'll do Lethal Momentum. We will deal 2 damage in range 0. So that's going to put 2 damage on the Bloodsucker. It's a cool new ability. And then we have a choice. We can refresh another action, or we can restore 2 discarded dice. That would be incredible. Or we can deal a poison. We're going to teleport the Shadow to my space. And we will refresh this action, I guess. No, I'm going to refresh the run action. Yep. So then I have this. That's not good to me. That's not good to me. So if I deal 2 poison tokens, that's 8. So I just need to move and do... Oh yeah, the assassin deals 1 at range 0. The shadow is at 3+. The assassin deals 2. No, not going to do that. Alright, so I'm going to use this to do a poison. We're not going to get him this turn, I don't think. Are we? Probably not. I could deal a poison to him, and that would then kill him when I use Poison Explosion. Alright, we'll do that instead. So we're going to kill the little guy with Poison Explosion. So we're going to roll a dice for him. It's better than nothing, I suppose. Claw, 2 tokens, and then we're going to use the run action to get the heck out of dodge as much as we can. And he was worth 3 lament for her. So that is move 3 space to a line of sight to a hunter. So we were here, and I can only move up to 4. Yep. So we'll just go, I can only move up to 3, I mean, not 4. I need to move 4. 1, 2, 3 is probably the best. Yep. Okay. That's it. That's all she wrote for the turn. All right. Well, we have one event, which is this one, and it says Corrupting Hunger. Place a lament in Lament Rift 6. Here it is. Each hunter with lament gains a hunger. Okay, 1 hunger for each of us. We're not fighting the Devourer, so that card is done. No more these guys on the map. He gets discarded. We're doing this card, and then we're resolving special. Move 3 towards a space with line of sight to a hunter. So he goes for the closest, which means he goes 1, 2, 3 to here. Each hunter in line of sight resolves sprint to a closest torture tile. I'm only movement 2, so I'm going to move 1, 2. Each hunter on a torture device teleports to the grief-bound space. We've managed to bypass that card incredibly well, thanks to using these little things. So that's great. I'm very happy with that. Good work, team. We're doing a special, which is each hunter on a torture device. All hunters in 0 to 2 are moving towards a torture device. Ooh. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're taking 2 damage on her as well as 2 stuns. That's bad. And he's taken 2 burns and 2 damage, but I'll discard this to get rid of that. That wasn't from the burn, that was from entering, which is the more anguish card. All right. So these things, and then we get to spend our lament. This will be good if this is good. Move 1 towards chosen enemy. We're going to move all the way up to him, and we're going to bite his face. And then I'm going to gain 1 hunger. And I've just cleared this card, gaining 3 lament and 2 lament. What a great performance from the Clockwork Giant. He's chomping like crazy. That, unless we roll the 1 in 12, we do not. I'll discard those 3 status tokens. Thank you very much. And we are now triggering the final act. This is happening in the middle of the status phase, so we do not do another enemy turn, and I think we're going to be okay. I was looking hairy for a while there. And she has to resolve her card. Feral, she is at, she's moving 1 space to here. And she has to, if there are 2 elite, oh no, she's got to spawn a random renegade elite hunter. Oh no, there's an elite on the board. I don't think it'll matter. I won't worry about getting him out, but there's a card for him and stuff. He does have to act normally. But yeah, fine. We'll spend, hang on, how much did I get from that card? I got 2 damage from that card. So that's 7, so I can go 1, so I can go to 20. 3 level ups and flip into the corrupted side. Yes! Twins corrupted. Heal 4 or deal 4 damage in 0 to 1. I'll heal 4. Perfect. When resolving movement actions, done. We can deal 2 poison in 0 to 1, and we've got poison detonation. Yes! Come on! Perfect. All right, level ups galore. First one, collecting the bounty. No. Poison darts. Perfect. Perfect. Next one, rapid blows is pretty good. Deal 1 damage and 1 poison. That's great. Easy prey. And the last one, I think we're just going to take a dice, just so we got extra dice. Stab the torso. If the body part is arms or torso. Oh, great. All right, these guys are pretty fun. I'll take a dice, and we'll take black dice again. All right, I don't like any of these. I'm going to use this to reroll. I want to see some double swords. You can use your tactics token at any time, either as an action or just at any time as a not action. So it's great flexibility, but getting those double swords is just really great time. I reckon we're good. I reckon we've got it done. I reckon we are home and hosed. That's a good time to get that card. Glorious, glorious. He's even got the protector card so he can do his thing. Great. All right. We're switching to gear 4. I get to move too. I don't want to move. I want to stay right where I am. It's bucketing down with rain here. It's lovely. Okay, how best to do this? So, the card that we're looking at is the Torturer Appears. We do have to level up the grief bound, so he goes to level 3. Because when you do the final attack, yeah, you reach the tipping point. So yeah, when you reach final attack, you level up the grief bound and the elites, and that's it. Cool. He just keeps torturing. Fun guy, but he's only got 9 health, so I think we hit him twice and he dies, or we kill that card twice and he dies, and we should be able to do that pretty easily. He's first. We're on gear 4. Not the best gear to be on. So we'll use this cleanse procedure, which will get us 222. 222 for our 3 armor slots. 1, 2, 3. We can switch gears. I forgot about that. You can spend a dice to switch gears. What does that get us to? Gear 1. Yes, please. And then I'm going to use this dagger to switch gears to gear 1. That deals 1 damage at range 0. I deal 1 damage to this card. He's done. So now she needs to go and pop off some poison on his face. So she wants to sprint to get into position. So she'll go 1, 2, 3. We can both be on that space. That's fine. I'll move the shadow 1 space closer. And then I will use the double daggers to do... he's level 3 now. Lethal momentum. So that's deal 2 damage in range 0. And then I will deal 1 poison. So he's got 3 poison. So the thing about the way that the levels work, one of the difficulty levers you can do is you can start at a higher level. And I really think that's a really good difficulty lever to use. So if you start the elite and the grief bound at level 2 instead of level 1, it doesn't sound like a big switch, but you're talking about 5, 6, 7 or 6, 8, 10. So a level 3 card is actually 3 additional damage to get it. So it does actually have a pretty big impact on the game in a positive way. My win rate on this game is quite high, but I did do quite a few higher difficulty level modifiers because I think it's fun to be close to the edge and trying to navigate your way through those first few turns. It's pretty fun. Okay, so he's got 3 damage on him. I've done the lethal momentum, which is done poison. The shadow is now going to... he can't deal poison, unfortunately, so that's okay. The shadow is in 0 from the assassin. Nope. Perfect. So it's this big boy now, so he's going to use his... I mean, I don't really need to do the power attack, but if I did, it would deal 4 damage, and I could make it 5, 6 by discarding these, and then the assassin could do it in style with a poison explosion. Let's do that. So we're going to do power attack. Oh, I don't have the movie thing. All right, we're going to have to use this for a tactics card. All right, I'll use that for that, and I'll re-roll these 3 using the tactics token. There we go. So now we go 1, 2, 3, and we do power attack. So that's going to deal 4, 5, 6 damage to the grief-bound card, which does that. The Torturer appears, only has 9 health. So when we defeat that card, you roll a dice, and his level's reduced by 2, so he goes down to a level 1. So we now only need to do 6 damage to finish him off. Unfortunately for us, that was the end of this guy's turn. We gave up all of his actions to do that power strike, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Because now, this guy is going to go... we're going to use a... Oh, I need to get the shadow on that space. I use my sprint already. Teleport the assassin to the shadow space. No. Deal 1. You may discard 1 poison from this guy to refresh a chosen action. Okay, so we're going to do this one here. Easy Prey. Deal 1 damage and 1 poison in range 0. If the enemy has 3 or more poison, deal 3 damage. So we're actually doing 3 damage to the card. He only has 6 left on this card, and he has 3 poison. So we're now going to use our poison detonation. Choose an enemy in 0 to 1. Discard all poison tokens, deal 1 damage for each poison. We've blown him up with poison. That's the stylish way to win. Reduce the level of the Griefbound by 3. He is now level 0, which means he's been defeated. Yes! Suck it, Tormentor! Suck it! The Twins! The Twins come up trumps. That was good. I like this game a lot. Very good. Very good. Tormentor defeated. He's a big boy. Here he is. He's a big boy. This is like one of those torture devices where they put people inside them. I don't recall what they're called, but I don't like them. This guy is one of the coolest models, Little Plague Doctor. He looks great. Clockwork Giant is awesome. Look at his cool thing. His cool cog sword. It's fine. It's an okay paint job. They're probably just normal tabletop quality guys. The red glow really sells the effect. Yeah, that's it. It's an Iron Maiden. Thank you. It really sells the effect, the glow. My little 3D printed thing does a great job. As you can see, there is 8 unpainted models in here, and these are the coolest models because these are the corrupted versions of the hunters when they level up. I saved them till last because I was like, yeah, I want to save them the best till last. And then I got to the end and I was like, well, I don't actually need to use these. I don't need to paint these. So everything but these models are painted. And these are some of the best. This is the corrupted gunslinger. He grows an extra arm and he's got 3 guns. What a dickhead. That's the corrupted version of the assassin. She grows lament out of her back. This is the corrupted version of the mannequin. He grows extra arms and stuff as well. He's sick. And then the corrupted version of the Death Jester. She grows tentacles out of her mouth. What a legend. Corrupted version of the dualities, like this winged monster. So yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff painted and I've got 8 models that are unpainted. Everything else is done. So I should really finish it off. I will at some point. Well, yeah, you're supposed to use those ones when you fight them. And there's a little stand to put them on so they look a little bit more impressive, which is pretty cool. All right, I'm just going to pack this up and chat away because I'm going to set up a different game. It's a great game. I like. Awakened Realms have had some hits and misses, in my opinion, over the last little while. Tainted Grail was pretty good. I played through it once or 1.5 times, and I liked it. But I think there was a bit of a slog, a bit of a problem. I've heard that Kings of Ruin, the sequel, has done some good work at correcting that. So it was pretty good. And then you've got Nemesis, which I think is their best. Hey, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Are you enjoying it? Do you find it to be a good game? And then they've played some that I just didn't like, out and out did not like, such as Etherfields. I found Etherfields to be quite average. I thought I was going to love it, but yeah, didn't love it. And then Dragon Eclipse was fine, pretty good. Gave that to my nephews for them to play, pretty good. So I sort of was hoping Grimcoven would be great, and yeah, I think it's easily their best. We have played Thunder's Edge, actually. We have. We've played 4 games with Thunder's Edge. 4 games of Twilight Imperium with Thunder's Edge. Yeah, we play a lot of TI. Comparative to most, I guess you would say. Because we have a tradition where every public holiday we get together for a game of something, and we usually play TI. And so that's what we did on New Year's Day, and then we did another one not that long ago. So yeah, it's fun. I really like TI. Okay, we got any more little dudes? Yep, these little dudes. Yeah, I think once you wrap your head around how everything works and how you're actually sort of playing 2 different games in a way. You're playing the Mage Knight card management game, but then you're also playing the game where you're managing your influence markers out on the board and using them to get different rewards. And I think once you figure that out, how to make both of those things work at the same time, very cool. It's a very cool game. Little twins, little twinnies. Nice. Lots of room for all my little toys. Very good. The 3D printed module that I got a guy to print for this game is absolutely first class. Absolutely rock solid. I haven't heard of Mech Bunny. Where's that from? Ah, cool. I like Gabe's games. Generally like everything they do. At the best with one team. These dice. Okay, so this one has the events in there. Is that right? No, that's the corruption deck. Cool. Yeah, just one of the things that I really can't undersell is just how much of a positive impact having an organizer is in terms of making a game feel accessible. I actually have 2 board game credits to my name, believe it or not. There is a game called Judgment Eternal Champions, which I designed the very first edition of. And if you go back to that first edition rulebook, my name is in the thing called under Games Designer. However, later editions, it is no longer in there. They kicked me out. There's a bit of a cool story about the game. Like I got really jazzed about designing a game a few years ago, and so I wrote this game, and it was just like the bare bones rule set. You know, there was none of the fluff, none of the fun stuff. I was like, I just want to get a rule set designed really, really good. So, you know, it just makes it easy to play the game. And then you do all the fun stuff where you design all the cool characters and, you know, all that stuff afterwards. And so I was really keen. I asked my mate if he wanted to be involved, and he said, "This is fucking awesome. Of course I do. This is what we've always wanted to do, make a board game." I was like, "Cool, man." So I got him involved, and then he thought the game was excellent. And so he said, "I think we should put this on Kickstarter and start investing money and start making it into a game." And I said, "I don't think it's ready. I think it's a long way away." And he said, "Nope, it's ready. Let's go." So we had I would say, creative disagreement. But I was not super invested in the outcome. You know, for me, it was kind of like, yeah, this is just fun. I get to enjoy the experience of making a game. So I sold him the game on the proviso that my name would be in the thing as a game designer. So that went on to go on Kickstarter a couple of times. It raised, 150, I think, across 2 Kickstarters and shipped. And then it actually sold to Creature Caster. So they actually sold the game to Creature Caster, and they made another version of it. I actually was pushing very heavily to have 54mm models for the game because I wanted to paint 54mm models. And if you go back to the original Kickstarter page of that game, you can see the paint jobs that I did for a lot of the models, because I did painting for the original Kickstarter. So there you go. That's Judgment Eternal Champions, which was my first game credit. And then I designed a Guild Ball faction, guild, which didn't actually end up being credited to me, but it was pretty much my creation, which was the Ratcatchers Guild. So I applied for a job with Steamforged, and I was successful in my application to go and work for Steamforged. But it was quite challenging economic times, and they didn't stuff me around, but they didn't want to bring me over and not have sufficient work for me. So they basically held off on bringing me over, and I ended up not going, basically, which was a shame because it would have been great to, work with those guys and be involved in a games company. But I didn't go, and I think it was a good decision for me in the end. At the time, I was quite keen to leave because I'd just gone through a divorce and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's not a sob story. It was great. I got to do some cool stuff, and I had some really cool ideas for a game, which I pitched to them, and that was sort of going to be the stuff I was going to work on, but I didn't. So that's the end of that story. So I do have some game design credits. I have been working on a game for the last few years. Its current working title is Deno by Deno. It's not very advanced comparatively to some of the other stuff. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I like games design. I think it's cool to create stuff. But my challenge, my challenge that I can't really get my head past. I just think that there is a massive saturation in the industry of games right now. And so I don't want to try and bring something out into the world that I don't think does something special that isn't currently being done. And that was sort of the reason why I didn't pursue Judgment, because at the time there was just so many games. Hey, Match Fixer. So many cool games that were out there. And I was like, well, what is it that I'm contributing to this that's different? And the answer is nothing. I was not contributing anything different. The games were pretty good. I think there were some aspects of them that were really good, but they just weren't polished enough, special enough to really cut through. I just don't want to do something mediocre, So that's sort of where I ended my little board games design thing, unless I can come up with something that's unique and hasn't been seen or done, that's special, then yeah. Because you look at what Gloomhaven did, right? Gloomhaven doesn't seem like they did anything different, but when you look at it, they've done all of these innovative things that a lot of games have now replicated. That was the first real, aside from Pandemic Legacy, but the first really cool invention of a legacy game that expanded across that. They did dungeon crawl in a way that no one had ever seen before. Little dices were completely irrelevant in the game. It's all about the cards you play, and there is a randomized element, but it's not a big one. It just what Gloomhaven did is so cool, and set off a wave of people. Can you take a look at what Deno by Deno, or you want to look at some of the other ones? Where's this fucker go? Oh, there, that's right. I'll see what I can dig up. I've got, how much stuff have I got? I've got some stuff. It's probably, but my mate Koki and I were actually talking about this the other day. So he's also, we play games every week together, and we love it. So we're always talking about. Is that where they go? Maybe that is. Yes, nice. We're always talking about doing a game together, and he's working on one as well. The Deno by Deno. All right. So what it is at the moment, because I'm heavily inspired by Necromunda, as you would know if you've seen anything in the last few months, and so I wanted to do something that was inspired by Necromunda, in terms of like the setting. So it's set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and it's kind of a settlement management game in the vein of Kingdom Death. So Kingdom Death is obviously very, very, very in-depth and detailed settlement management game. So this is not quite as detailed settlement management. So what I was trying to combine was the things that I love the most in games, which is a Euro game and settlement management like Kingdom Death, and then miniature combats, right? So each round, whatever, there's multiple players. You can play solo up to 4 or 5 players. Each person controls a gang, which is mostly represented by cards that have stats and different special focuses that they're good at, because there'll be different types of events that crop up. So in my head, I wanted to do like a thing where, okay, cool, at the end of this year, month, whatever it's called, a rampaging monster comes and attacks the settlement. And so you pick a selection of your characters from your settlement, your gang, and you can deploy as many as you want onto the battlefield. Everyone else does the same, and you're all trying to attack and kill this guy together. But then the next week there might be a motorcycle race, and so you then have to buy vehicles, and so you'll have, again, vehicle cards. So you might have a guy that specialises in like driving trucks. You might have a guy that specialises in fighting. You might have a guy that specialises in, helping you gather water or stuff like that. And so during the settlement phase, you're basically working on a Euro engine to try and make the most money you can, the most food, so you can actually help your gang survive. And then in the end phase, you're doing this big event, which will be randomized. So you won't know if you're going to have a monster attack, or if you're going to have a race, a chariot race, or if you're going to have a dungeon crawl type of thing. So I just wanted it to feel very much like all the things I love. So that's where it's at. But it's probably not ever going to see the light of day, I would not think, at this point in time. Because it's, yeah, just ideas right now. Lands of Evershade, yeah. Paul Grogan's been playing it on his channel. I was literally just saying how I don't know that this company has done many great games, and then they knock out Grimcoven, which is an absolute banger. And yeah, Lands of Evershade's getting good reviews as well. Am I going to play Mistfall? Absolutely. Absolutely I'm going to play more Mistfall. It's sensational. Absolutely sensational. Fuck me, I don't remember how any of this goes. Yeah, look, I think there's some cool ideas in there, right? It's just, you have ideas like that, and then you have to try and like, how do you? What is this? Is this like this? Maybe that's, oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. This. We could be on here. We could be on. Yeah, no, it's great. I really enjoyed it too. I really enjoyed the heck out of it, actually. Is that right? And what goes there then? Oh, there's this little fucking box. Sick. You've done a good job here, Deno. You've done a solid. Oh no, you haven't. You've fucked it. They must go this way. He's an animal. Yes. That looks pretty good. Oh yeah, no, I would love to play some more Mistfall pretty soon too. I think that would be good. These little dices go in here. It was an awesome game. How the hell did I not know about that game existing, hey? Yeah, the thing about Deno by Deno, or whatever game you want to talk about, it's like, cool, all that stuff sounds fine, but how is that any different to any of the other games that are out there? And the answer is it's not. There's lots of games that I'm sure would do everything that I've just come up with in a cooler package, and so yeah, and that's okay. I feel blessed that we live in a world of all of these super cool games that we can play. There's so many awesome games that I get to play all the time, and I love it. Does this guy go in here as well? He does. Nice. We'll just mark this off. And the other aspect to it is every time you, all the time you spend designing a game is time you're not spending playing games. Yeah. So I think the end of each round event would be a from a deck of how many players have you got for this session. So you can drop people in and out, right? Doesn't necessarily matter. You've got 4 people, cool. It's a 4-way gang fight, or it's a 4-way monsters come to attack the settlement, or it's a 4-way bike race, or it's a, we're sending people in to try and do a fucking Lara Croft treasure crawl where we're trying to find a thing at the end of a tomb. And so it would just be very random. It would feel completely different each game, I think. And that to me sounded very fun. But the actual practicalities of playing a game like that, you know, I don't know. Maybe it would be difficult. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Good product. Good product from Grimcoven, from Awakened Realms. That got very highly rated by me last year, and with good reason. So, all right. So Thursday night, I'm back. I might be back Wednesday night because touch football is very likely to be cancelled at the moment because it is pissing down with rain. The fields will likely be unplayable condition. So I might be back Wednesday, but tomorrow night I'm playing Friends with Koki in that. And then I might try and tee up this Necromunda situation, because here's the Necromunda gang I finished painting. It's all done. All these little dudes. Yes, all varnished, so they're not going to get paint chips or anything being in there. There's a little crocodile man. So yeah, we might try and set up a game that we can play on stream of Necromunda. That'd be quite fun. Maybe we can make a little campaign, a little mini campaign of Necromunda. Who knows? But yeah, so the games I'm going to put up for a poll, so feel free to share your thoughts. We're going to choose between Frostpunk, Euthia, Tapestry, and Hoplomachus. It'd be cool to play Necromunda campaign on screen, hey? Deno by Deno. Look, it's a long way away, but like I had a cool plan for the cards. So the cards were going to basically have, you know, there was going to be like a deck of 150 character cards, and each character would have a stat, you know, just very basic stats, you know, movement, attack, you know, whatever, wounds, and then a specialty that they were good at. So it might be driving, it might be, you know, sniper, whatever. You could have a whole myriad of skills that they could be used in different environments. Anyway, so I've done a lot of thinking about it, right? But it's still a long way away from ever being something that's workable, because it's an ambitious idea. That's the thing. Judgment was a lot less ambitious. It was just a MOBA inspired game where you had 3 models that fought against each other. It was quite simple to come up with that. This one feels a lot different. Anyway, that's it from Big Deno tonight. I'm going to head off, and I'll catch you all again either Wednesday or Thursday. Go and vote on my poll to see what you want to play. You're all wonderful people. Have a fantastic